Hey everybody, it's Matt from endsickness.org. Today I'm talking about how liver flushes helped me with my mast cell symptoms, my environmental symptoms. And first we'll talk about what type of liver flush I'm discussing, all right? I'm referring to the Hulda Clarke liver flush, okay? Hulda Clarke. And that involves a olive oil, lemon juice mixture you drink at night, the Epsom salt you drink before then, the no-fat diet during the day. Let me explain how you go through this process, okay? So you wake up and from the morning until 2 p.m. you eat no fat whatsoever. Typically fruits and vegetables is best. Limited drink, limited water, nothing that would be tough on the liver, no supplements, no prescriptions, none of that for that day. So from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. we're just eating no fat, vegetables and fruits. At 2 p.m. we stop drinking liquids, okay? At 6 p.m. we do 8 ounces max of water mixed with 2 tablespoons of Epsom salt, and make sure the water is a little bit warm. You drink that at 6 p.m. The concept behind this is that you start to flush out the intestinal system. Whatever waste is in there will turn into liquid, and then it'll start to turn into kind of like a diarrhea per se. You flush out into the toilet all the waste that's in your small intestine. You do that by drinking the Epsom salt mixture at 6 p.m. and then 2 hours later at 8 p.m. also. You do not want to have any liquids over this time besides this mixture. I just want to make that clear because you will be very nauseous later on if you do. So at 8 p.m. you drink this second Epsom salt and water mix. It's about 2 tablespoons roughly each time when you do the mix. And then at 10 p.m. you do 4 ounces to 6 ounces max, but 4 ounces of olive oil mixed with lemon juice. Okay? You slam it right before you're about to go to sleep. You lay in your right hand side in fetal position, and you just lay there as long as you can. Ideally, you want to fall asleep that way, and lay there for a couple hours. You will start to feel your gallbladder start to go boop, 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 and you'll start to feel it kind of pulsate as things start to get flushed out. The concept behind the flush, since we've gone through the steps, is that the magnesium from the Epsom salt dilates the biliary ducts. The lack of fat in the diet during the day makes the bile build up, and then the large amount of fat instantly in form of drinking it, coupled with the lemon juice, makes it flush out instantly and aggressively. That will flush out backed up stones that are in there, in the liver, the gallbladder, the biliary duct, and these stones are typically deposits of stones that were from cholesterol that was not broken down and turned into these hardened stones. In my experience, you'll have different color ones. You'll have green ones that are darker, ones that are lighter green. Usually the ones that are darker, they've been there the longest in my experience. So let me go over some personal experience I've had with this. At one point in time, I was so reactive that I was getting muscle pains just from smelling something that was being cooked in the house, I remember. And I was becoming more and more and more reactive to things. I was down to 6 different foods, but the newest thing was that I was reacting to smells, and it was becoming really, really bad. So I read about this. I figured, why not try it? I ended up doing it. The first time, I swear to you, I must have saw 30, 40 stones that were like pimple size that came out all in the toilet that were floating. It was absolutely insane. They looked just like they did in the pictures. If you type in Hulda Clarke liver flush or just liver flush on Google, you see all these pictures. And they were plentiful, and it blew me away. And the thing that was amazing is that right away, for a period of about 3 days, my environmental sensitivities were greatly reduced or almost eliminated. And the concept behind this was that, from what I understand, the biliary duct was being blocked by these stones. That made the immune system highly overactive, and that made me then react to things that I was not reacting to before, because you had this obstruction in the biliary duct from these stones in the liver. So I continued to do more flushes. I had great results. I did about 20 of them. Some of the flushes I really didn't get much results, maybe about 3 or 4 of them out of 20. But the rest of them I seemed to get stuff that came out, and it was very useful. And I will say that my digestion dramatically improved. You know, you could feel a lightness to you the day after. You could feel clarity. You don't need as much food, but you feel like you could eat more without being full. So over the course of time, I got rid of my mast cell symptoms through various things, the colostrum, all these other products that I use. But the liver flushes were key. I don't know if I could have got over it if I didn't do the liver flushes. Liver flushes were absolutely essential to flush out those stones that were blocking the proper functioning of my gallbladder and my liver. So I will definitely say it was a game changer, no question about it. Game changer for my reactions, definitely my environmental reactions. Within a period of 2 or 3 liver flushes, they were much, much better. I'd say like 80% better, like that, right? And then for my digestion, I was having a tough time breaking down fats, breaking down proteins, and it seemed like the liver flush allowed me to break those things down a lot better, a lot less bloating in the upper stomach area, a lot more energy from these foods, less drag from the foods. So it was definitely a game changer. Tips for beginners, first of all, I would definitely try it, okay? But I wouldn't eat real heavy meat days beforehand. I wouldn't take supplements in the morning. I wouldn't take anything in the mornings. And I would follow the instructions that I listed just on there to a T, you know. I think it's very much worth it if you're suffering from a lot of sensitivities to things that you smell, foods, various things like that, having digestion issues. But take it slow and don't go with more than 4 ounces of olive oil, all right? And make sure that when you're drinking the olive oil at night, you're laying right on your side and you're going right to sleep, okay? I have had a couple bad experiences. I'll discuss pros and cons. Pros, tons of pros. Like I said, lots of increase in energy, digestion, mental clarity, less bloat at the top under the rib cage, less tightness under the rib cage, definitely. Mast cell reactions greatly improved. Environmental reactions greatly improved. The con was that there was a couple times I threw up. I'll tell you, I threw up that olive oil and lemon juice mix, and it was absolutely horrific. That olive oil kind of like burns on the way out, not like really burns, but it just tastes bad and made me just not even want to be able to use olive oil on my food after that. I mean, after doing all these liver flushes, I'll tell you, I don't even use olive oil when I eat anymore. It's not just because of liver flushes, but I'll tell you, after throwing up olive oil, it wasn't exactly the first pick on my list, you know. So the downside is that if you don't have a good flush, you could end up kind of feeling nauseous. It does wipe you out a little bit. Yeah, you know, it's kind of tough not to eat for one day, you know, and then to eat very light the following day. But really, you know, pros greatly outweigh the cons. Very much high benefit type of experience, and I would definitely recommend it for people in these mast cell type of situations. And like I said, I don't know if I could have got out of it without them. So hope you guys liked this video and that it helped you. If you have any questions about how I did the flush, any questions about my experiences, feel free to reach out to me, put it in the comments, and I'm happy to go into as much detail as I can. Thanks for watching, and please know that this is not medical advice, should not be misconstrued medical advice in any way, shape, or form. This is for educational purposes only, based on my experience of my clients, and the studies that I've come across. So thanks again for watching, and happy healing, everybody.